The Jim and Terry Show, not to be too despondent, but my coffee mug is now just about drained. My emotions are just about drained. I'm feeling the weight of the Trump administration, the craziness and insanity descending upon my shoulders, and I have to go out and shovel snow to work it off.
Oh, yeah.
Which I did this morning.
I had to drive here in the snow. So
you did, but you noticed the driveway was cleared for you.
The
walkway was cleared for you.
I had a breakfast waiting for me and a coffee.
Aren't you going to ask how I managed that? I mean, everything was hot on the table. The hot coffee, the hot eggs over easy, toast, and the driveway. It was all done at the same time.
Lukewarm on the.
Oh, well, you took a little bit longer than even I thought. So I tried to time things, but
No, it was great. The yolk was beautiful and nice.
The yolk was on you?
Nice eggs. And I have a disclaimer for
all. Oh, here we go.
Well, only to say that I told you driving here, I changed my mind a couple of times. Hearing people discuss what I was convinced was the right thing.
Right.
And then hearing other people discuss, and it is very much we should seek counsel. And that's how I view it. By the time I got here, I had modified the whole thing. So I want to tell our listeners.
This is counseling as in counsel advice, not therapy counseling.
Yeah, listening to the other side hear the other opinion.
I thought finally, my friend, you listen to me. You need therapy.
No, I know that. No, I'm not going to have
Okay, this is different sorts. So use the word counsel, and this is talking about a person who is...
But wait, I wanted to finish that.
Okay, go ahead.
Just to say...
just to say...
That sometimes on this show we'll come up, you'll bring something up, and I'm not prepared. I go, my opinion is, or I may have heard it, but I didn't dwell on it. So keep that in mind, any listeners. Sometimes things may change from one comment
in the course of a 45-minute drive.
Yeah, in the course of a 45-minute drive, but there's a lesson there, on everything.
Absolutely.
That, you might want to jump at a decision when sometimes it's good to just get other people's opinion on
patience and no jumping.
So what we were talking about today.
Yes, I'm looking at the Adam Schiff, U.S. Senator for California website, but you were saying it was the choice that stunned you. Yeah. Adam Schiff confronted the nominee, who is John, and I'm not sure if I pronounce this right. I'm going to say Sauer, but it could be Sawyer. I don't know how. Sauer. President Donald Trump's former personal attorney, and who's now the nominee for the Solicitor General for the president. What? He moves from personal lawyer. I don't want to ask what kind of conflicts he...
Well, no, this is why. Read on, and you'll know why he's been selected, because he's already had to talk with the big guy.
So he's already been the yes man.
And I don't mean God, I mean the yellow guy.
Agent Orange. Yeah. Agent Orange, yeah. I call him Krasnov now. Ever since that got leaked, I haven't verified that Russian plant story, but I'm going to call him Krasnov anyway. Okay. Because it makes sense. It explains all the policies.
He said that they recruited Trump, the Russians recruited Trump in 87.
That was an unconfirmed one-person source, so I'm not willing to buy that. But I like it, so I will repeat it anyway, and at the risk of saying, well, that's my source that I haven't verified it all. All right, this is the exchange between Schiff and Sawyer, or Sauer, or whatever his name is. And Schiff begins by saying, you took the position as Donald Trump's lawyer, that he could order SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political opponent and not be prosecuted. In other words, that was Sawyer's position. He defended Trump and said, yeah, that's true, unless he was impeached first. Well, he has been impeached several times. Should the president order the use of violence against political appointments or nominees or anybody, will that continue to be your position as lawyer for the United States? Will you represent to the court that any prosecution should be dismissed if the president is not first impeached? What do you mean? You have to do impeachment by issue? Is that how you do it?
So you kill the guy before there's
before there's an impeachment.
Yeah, so he's dead, and knowing Trump, it would be you get impeached, and they'll go, no, I wasn't impeached. It's just stupid.
It is stupid.
It's backwards.
So, again, we can put the link in the description, but you were listening to this on a radio podcast?
I was watching it on TV because what happened is the person ahead of this guy to be the Solicitor General
of the United States
said it would be the person that did this bidding would either be a fool or a coward. And that person is not me, and he didn't take it. Now it went to this guy. And then Adam Schiff asked him, explaining the lawyer before you said that you would have to either be a fool or a coward. And Adam Schiff said,
So which is it?
yes or no? Are you that fool or coward?
Did Sawyer answer that?
And his answer was nothing.
Nothing. Silence condemns him.
And Adam Schiff, I think, said something like that. Speaks volumes.
Yeah. So you are aware, this is Schiff speaking in that interview as well. You are aware, of course, that the career ethics officials at the department have been fired, demoted, transferred. They no longer exist. The two people in that office are one of your fellow criminal defense lawyers of Donald Trump and a political appointee who graduated from law school just a few years ago. So talk about lack of experience.
Yeah.
They don't exist. So who are you going to consult when you make these decisions to defend the president? Are you going to go to one of his other criminal defense lawyers to find out what you should know and yourself, or should you recuse yourself? Sawyer, Senator, I'm not aware of any personal actions that you've described, so I can't speak directly to those, and I've recently been through the process where I was consulting closely with a career DOJ, and again, we go on, the whole interview is there, but let's just say ethical conflict is rife in the Trump administration. Conflict after conflict after corruption after corruption, and people still wanted Donald Trump because what?
They've accepted a liar. They've accepted a liar. And I think we should move into now Gaza.
Oh my. Okay, so this will take us to the next bit of the stuff that's weighing on our shoulders, because we talked about AI a lot.
Yeah.
Well, this was an AI generated ad. Was it an ad? What's it?
Well,
depicting?
it was a self-promotion, I don't know, gloating. Look
This
at
could
me.
be you.
I'm God, and here's what bothers me, because I've said it many times. I think Trump is probably one of the more darkest people that have walked upon the earth. I mean that morally and spiritually. I really just think he is. I'm appalled that Christian leaders threw their support and throw their support behind him
And prayed for him.
and now I have to
Anointed him.
now I have to ask them to look at this video, and if you can't see Sodom and Gomorrah, if you can't see Babylon, if you can't see Nebuchadnezzar, if you can't see any of that in there, I think you need to find another religion. I think you're not following Christ, because in that video you have them taking the hands of young Palestinians, bringing them through this wonderful opening, through ruins and everything, to a great big giant statue, gold statue of Donald Trump. Below it, two scantily dressed ladies dancing with bikinis on, balloons of Trump's head, and then him, and it looks like Putin or maybe Xi Jinping at a pool, sipping drinks. And that's Trump put out that. That's just great big gigantic Nebuchadnezzar
Musk
gold,
is in there tossing money.
90-foot high statue of gold of him.
Well, it reminded me of Michael Jackson going down the Thames River. Do you remember that concert where Michael Jackson was in his military garb and he was on a barge being towed down the Thames River?
Really? No, I don't remember.
You don't? Oh, look. Let's see if I can find it while we're talking. Anyway, this is the latest ad. It was posted to Trump's platform, Truth Social.
Oh, I'm sorry. I laughed at
Truth Social.
No Truth Social, it should be called.
Well, this is the irony of everything that Trump has depicted for, well, this is now going on 12 years.
Yeah.
So he's had 4 years, and the 1 year running up to his election victory in 2016. So 2015, this is 2025. It's 10 years of Trump, and black is white is black. Everything is topsy-turvy. Truth is a lie. And as Zelensky said, Trump has created and lives in this misinformation bubble where
Yes.
he believes everything he says is
Well,
true.
maybe he's got Robert Kennedy Jr.'s brain worm.
Oh, it could be an
Maybe it just-
infectious worm disease.
Yeah. Jesus.
Well, whatever it is, that depiction you mentioned Nebuchadnezzar, you mentioned Babylon, you mentioned the golden calf, the story of
I didn't mention
Moses
that,
in
but
the
yeah, the
wilderness.
golden
Well, that's where
calf.
the gold statue
Well,
really.
the gold statue's more along the line of Nebuchadnezzar. Remember,
Yeah.
his priest said, "Build a big statue of gold of you, 90 feet high,
Right.
and anybody who doesn't bow down to it must die."
Right.
And Meshach and Abednego and Daniel
refused. Yeah.
refused and got thrown in the fire.
Yes.
Or the lion's den, or no, the fire. They got thrown in the fire.
Yes.
And there it is, this great big gold statue of Trump. He does nothing. Everything about him is money. And you even heard Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yes.
Did you hear her putting down government workers, which she happens to be one of you?
Yes.
idiot. Government workers are not generating income. Everything to do with Trump must be generating income, and even sucking the money out of Ukraine at their weakest moment.
Yes.
That guy, I can't stand him.
Yep. No, you're right. Now, I'm going to go back to the golden calf and say that's more to the point for those of us who know the story of the Exodus and
Yes.
the wilderness, journey in the wilderness. Well, that could have been America at any point in its history. But, when Moses is away, when the righteous leave and vacate the social media, vacate the news platform, and I'll say the media's in there too, there are a few who remain as voices in the wilderness. But in that wilderness, while the Moses figure is away, definitely the MAGA people have played, and they are playing still, and it's a pox upon all of America. It's completely disheveled. America is the new Russia.
I think you're right on that, Terry. Sad as it is, I think we're in for a rough ride, but an interesting ride. Cheer up, everybody. I don't know. I don't know how, but cheer up.
The Jim and Terry Show, we plan to podcast through the apocalypse.
Yeah, from the bunker. This is a bunker.
From the bunker. Stay tuned. There's more waxing eloquent. That was our apocryphal. No, it was our looking at the Babylon or whatever, the 90-foot tower of Trump. We're off. There's more to talk about, more to unpack, and get the weight off our shoulder. The Weight, a great tune by the band, if I'm not.
Take the load off.
Whatever
her name
was.
Bill or whoever that
Mandy. All right. Bye-bye
Mandy
for now.
wasn't Mandy.